Okay, please introduce yourself.
My name's Nick.
My name is Brandon.
Oh, you in the back. Can you please come introduce yourself again? We're doing take
Introduce
two.
yourself.
Take two.
Hi guys, my name is Karina.
And Karina, what are you doing on the show?
I am assistant producing and also remounting my show Single Joy.
Yay. Nick, what about you?
I'm actually a youth apprentice, so I've been with SOTAC since the beginning, just kind of putting it all together, making sure everything is going to be as fantastic as we know it will be today.
Awesome. And Brandon?
For me, so likewise with Nick, I haven't been with the team as long, but I'm excited to be here and finally seeing this thing come to life.
What are you most excited about today?
The painting.
Obviously, I'm the most excited about the painting. Yeah, because I'm going to be painting. So.
Me too.
Awesome. So the collaborative canvas.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, well have a great show.
Okay,
Thanks.
Ben, what is your favorite moment from the Prince of Grey Island?
I think I think the very end, because he finally gets to work through some of the issues that he deals with and comes to a really happy resolution that a lot of queer people unfortunately don't get. So it's a nice breath of fresh air.
And Demi, what's it like playing the bully in this piece?
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting experience. It's it's a bit of a tough one,
Yeah.
obviously, because it hits hard in a lot of ways.
Yeah, it's not an easy bully.
Exactly. There is, as Ben mentioned, there is something very cathartic through the arc of the show,
Yeah.
which definitely has a level of payoff, which is nice to see.
That's true. Great. Thank you for chatting with
Thank
us. Can you please introduce yourself?
Certainly. My name is Brady Madsen. I use he, him.
I'm McKenna Ramsey. I use she, her.
And what role are you playing in SOTAC?
I'm doing a couple different roles. I'm playing Adam in the play Home Again, and in this play I play Oliver.
And Home Again, I play Judith, and in this show I play a couple things. I'm a therapist and a police officer.
Nice. And do you have any favorite moments so far out of your SOTAC experience?
I've never done a play in a car before. That's exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, all of I think the personal, the rehearsals we had with the car, that was probably some of the best experience. I mean, it was just us in public screaming, and scaring everyone.
Cops showed up. It was the whole thing.
It was good. It was good.
Wow, it's like reality mimicking art.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Families and gender and lesbianism and Frank Ocean and who we are planning to marry in Stardew Valley. She is radiant and playful and odd. She makes me radiant and playful and odd. I love to buy her iced decaf oat milk lattes and hold her hand in the street.
When I was young, the teachers at my school tried to teach me about how things worked. Their view was very black and white about how gender works. When I found them to be consistent about that, rather than a greater understanding of the world around us, I started to doubt. It's like when they go, there's only two genders, but also say, nothing goes beyond the speed of light. Like, obviously you're wrong. You're not an authority to be telling people how these things work.
I'm actually going to talk about a group of people that I love, platonically, maybe not just a single, because I'm so lucky to have a friend group that's entirely queer, and both in gender and sexuality, like we're all non-binary, and everyone is queer as far as who they love. I guess that's sort of what happens when you're non-binary. But there's just such an incredible freedom and like space for play and growth in every single part of you when you're in a friend group like that. It's so freeing to be able to just like be so entirely queer people and let that being be so fluid and ever changing and have people understand that so deeply and share your experience so deeply. It's really special, especially when I like kind of came into my sexual gender with these people while they were also doing the same. Like there's just such a bond to that. And I sometimes feel with queer friendships that there's this almost deeper level because there's just no expectations of what you have to be in a lot of ways, or at least this is what I have found with queer friendships, is that the idea of being loved unequivocally and unconditionally, it just feels so much more possible in queer friendships because there's no expectation, there's no gender roles, there's no connotations of what love is going to look like. It's just something that you find together, and I think that's so, so special.
One of the times I decided to come out to some of the people in my life as bisexual was not a conscious decision, but it was right in the moment. Over the pandemic, I was lucky enough to be able to work from home, and one of the lifelines during that time was a group social chat with some of my colleagues, just a few other women from the office. Lovely people. I can't even remember what we were talking about that day exactly, but one of my colleagues started talking about how sometimes it could be difficult to reaffirm her identity as a bisexual woman being in a relationship with a straight man, a long-term relationship, and some of my other colleagues typed in saying that they found the same, that they were also struggling a little bit with their identity because of that. I had no idea that there are so many other bi people in my circle, especially at work. It wasn't really something that came up a lot, but to hear them talk about it, I felt a lot more comfortable talking about my attraction to other genders, and it started off a really great conversation. And I can definitely speak for myself saying that it really made me feel less alone to know that there were other people like that in my life, that they also were identifying as bisexual, and it was just really great to be able to have that conversation.
I began to realize I was queer as a teenager, and by the time I was 30, I was out to almost everyone, except one very important person in my life, a very kind and loving soul who grew up with strong religious beliefs. And every time I hinted that I might be gay when I was younger, it was brushed off. There was also a fear of disapproval if I did come out. Fast forward many years later, the two of us went to a psychic for fun, which turned out to be a very negative emotional experience for me, and in hindsight, was belittling towards me and my sexuality. When talking about the experience with the person after the fact, I decided it was finally time to come out to them, and was accepted immediately with so much love and support, along with the comment that they had suspected for a while, but was waiting for me to tell them myself.
The truth is, I don't really know what community I'm a part of or where I fit. I spent so much time trying to figure out who I belong to, what group I belong with, and I just kind of feel like I'm out there floating like a solo act, and I don't know.
I think the thing I love the most about being in the alphabet community, in my personal circle or just in the larger community and those spaces, is that people meet you where you're at. It doesn't matter where you're at. You don't need to know everything about yourself. You could be trying things out. You can change your mind. And being fluid like that is not invalidating or contradictory. And people don't come at you saying, well, what are you? What do you, this is what you're supposed to do. Where are you going? Well, what's the plan? They just hold you as you are. That's why I think it's so important to be so open or a puzzle to be solved. I'm not there to be dissected by anyone. I just walk in as like a soul in a vessel. That's all. I just get to walk in and I just get to be a person, and no one's gonna tell me what to do, ask me who I am, where I'm gonna be. I just get to be where I'm at, and that's it.
Someone that I love is my niece, who is named Kate, and she's about a year and a half old. She is intelligent, and she's inquisitive, and she is curious, and she's like so transparent all the time, and so honest, and communicative, and expressive all the time, and she's in just such a good mood all the time, until she's not for like 10 seconds at a time, and then you fix it what the problem is, and she's right back to being in a fabulous mood. And she is like, I was the cutest person ever, but she's going to be the Prime Minister one day.
I think it's hysterical.
There were multiple situations that helped me realize I was part of the academic community, but the most memorable ones are little things, like little interactions with my friends at school, through certain words, or even just sharing a laugh and physical contact. It just made me feel like there was sparkles in my brain, and it influenced such a liberating sensation. It felt as if a stone tablet had been lifted off my chest and that my heart and mind were no longer polluted in some sort.
I remember sitting in my house in the States. I think Alex. In my house. And I was there with my mom. I was there with my aunt down in Ohio. I'm not entirely sure what we were talking about and how we
realized like, I'm just glad of something, but when love comes, and there's nothing you can do but to dance with it, you know. Now I've been in this relationship for 3 years now, and it's been great. So if love comes to you, even though you think you're not ready, just give it a chance. You might not be, but you might surprise yourself.
It was a breezy summer night, and
I realized I was queer for the first time in theater school. So when I was in theater school, I was in this production of The Back Eye, and my director cast me as Agave, who is playing a woman. And so at the time, I was still very aggressively telling myself, Johnny, you are a cisgender male. That's what they told you you were, and so that is what you are. I don't care if you like painting your nails and you like dressing androgynously sometimes, you are a cisgender male. So of course that made me struggle with playing Agave a little bit, because I was trying to decide if I was going to play them as a man or as a woman. So I approached my director and asked them, do you want me to play Agave as a man or a woman? And they turned to me and they said, it's your choice. And hearing those words, it's your choice, set off this light bulb in my head. Because I realized I had been trying so hard to choose between playing Agave as a man or as a woman, that I had never thought that I could just choose to play that way without most response to myself. Avoid, I want to play Agave according to any sort of binary, and I don't really want to present myself to anyone's sort of binary either. And so it was a little while before I actually officially came out to myself as non-binary. But it was in that moment that I decided I didn't want to play Agave to anyone else's definition of gender. That I realized I didn't want to play myself to anyone else's definition of gender either.
Being gay in my country is dangerous. One has to summon a lot of bravery and resilience to withstand the opposition. Though hard as it was, I am grateful because it has shown me ways in which I never knew I could think of. Bittersweet. The first person I came out to was my mother. At that time, she was the only person I felt I could entrust my feelings to. I had no other resources, or I didn't feel ready to share what I was feeling. Coming out is easier as time goes by because I feel safer.
Hi, I'm Debbie, and my coming out process was a very gradual, casual thing that happened for many years ago. And it got casual enough to the point that I started accidentally coming out to people. So I had been mostly out of the closet for about 4 years, and I was home from college on break, and my mom was very excited because I had started physical therapist, and she was excited for her. So she was asking me, date set up, or talking to anybody, and I said, yeah, I'm talking to a few people, there's Dawn, there's Adam, there's Cassandra, and she was like, oh, Cassandra? Yeah, okay. And we keep talking, and it's only about 5 minutes later that I realize, Mom, you know I'm queer, right? She goes, well, no, that was new information to me. So we kind of laugh about it and we move on. And a couple of hours later, and my sister was also home, and I'm telling her the story, and she says, oh, what? Well, I didn't know you were queer until right now, but yay! So it was an exciting day in my to say the least.
The person I love loves me too. They bake me chocolate chip cookies with gluten-free flour and make me laugh every day. She came home on a nondescript Wednesday with bright yellow tulips because she saw them in a flower shop and said they reminded her of me. The person I love gives me big, big hugs and lies on top of me until I can breathe again. We sing together and dance together and make weird fucking art in the living room together. She tells me I look good no matter what I'm wearing, and I tell her how beautiful she is every day. The person I love knows when I'm sad. They find peace in helping me carry the things that know how to destroy me. We talk about our families and gender and lesbianism and Frank Ocean and who we are planning to marry in Stardew Valley. She is radiant and playful and odd. She makes me radiant and playful and odd. I love to buy her iced decaf oat milk lattes and hold her hand in the street.
When I was young, the teachers at my school tried to teach me about how things worked. Their view was very black and white about how gender works. When I found them to be consistent about that, rather than a greater understanding of the world around us, I started to doubt.
These early creators, we acknowledge, who lived on the lands that we now occupy. These are the traditional lands and territories, the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation, the Wendat, the Haudenosaunee, and the Anishinaabe peoples. The histories of those who previously cared for the land, the lives they lived, and the stories they told remain an integral part of it. We would especially like to acknowledge and thank the Two-Spirit and Indigenous LGBTQIA+ individuals whose visibility plays an important part in furthering society's acceptance of the LGBTQIA+, or as we like to call it, the alphabet community.
You're my person, please never leave me. The fight is ours, it's us against them. Please never leave me.
You don't have to tell me not to leave. I will always be here.
You'll always be here.
I'll always be here.
No, I'll always be here.
We'll always be here. We'll always be here.
Hello, I'm Jaden Blueberry. My life is kind of crazy, but if you dare, go along for the ride. I just finished a long walk with my boyfriend. His name's Oliver. And soon I'm about to go home and come out to my mom. Wish me luck. Ollie, would you like to come over to my house tonight and meet my mom?
That sounds great, Rob.
Hey, Mom.
Hi, sweetie. How was your day?
It was good. I went for a walk with Oliver, so that was nice.
Oh, who's this Oliver you speak of?
He is, my boyfriend.
You have a boyfriend? Why? I've always done everything I could for you, and this is how you repay me? How could you?
I'm sorry, Mom. It's just who I am. You didn't do anything to cause this. I love you. Remember that.
Oh no, my boy. You cannot say you love me and want to be with a man. If you do not marry a woman, I will not be at your wedding. You abomination!
You know what? Fine. If you're gonna act like this, I'm done. I'm moving out. Bye.
Oh wait! You know what? Go. Fine! But if you ever decide to come back, this door will be locked.
Joke's on her. I still have my own key, remember? How was class? You look a bit off. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Yes, I said I'm fine. Stop pestering me.
Okay, sorry.
Whatever, I got shit to do.
Okay, but no, wait, let me walk you home. It's not safe.
I've done this a million times before. Why would this time be any different?
I don't know. I heard that a couple people were gonna jump you. It doesn't matter. I just want to make sure you're safe.
This school is a bunch of babies. Do you really think that's gonna happen?
I mean, yeah, you're right about that, but I want to walk you home.
No, it's all right. Thank you, but I'll be okay.
Fine. Sure. Okay. Bye. Be safe.
I will.
Look who it is, the little gay little bitch boy.
Excuse me? Who are you?
Oh, I'm your fairy godmother. The head of the fairies sent me because you need to be abolished.
Oh, okay. Very funny, man. Now I need to get home.
More like homo.
No, I think you're the homo. Yeah, you're so obsessed with me. I think you're the homo.
You say that again, and you're dead.
Oh, guys, look. The big homo was cheesed by the truth. You missed.
I told you not to fucking mess with me. Got what he deserved. My leader will be so proud of me. I'm a member of the Wet Bandit cult. I joined because I was having homosexual ideations and people told me to turn it off. We believe that gays of any kind should not exist because homosexuality is against the Lord. So our mission is to get rid of them all.
Are you Jaden?
Yes, I am. Why?
We're really sorry, but we found Oliver on the sidewalk. He's passed away.
What?
Very sorry for your loss.
Oh my god, I knew this was gonna happen. I told him
Wait.
not.
What's gonna happen?
I overheard that Brad was gonna jump him this morning.
Uh-huh. Well, thank you for this information. I guess we have a lead suspect now. You know, it doesn't matter who Oliver was. You will get justice here. This is murder.
What do you mean who Oliver was?
Well, his parents said he was gay. Joy's boyfriend, so that's why I'm here. Hey, this won't be tolerated. Thank you for your cooperation.
Thank you.
Sir Jaden Blueberry, come get your diploma.
Oh my god, oh my god.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you. It really means a lot. More than you know.
We're tremendously proud, especially after all you've been through this year.
Yeah, it's been a hard year.
I know.
No, you don't know what it's like! I'm sorry. I just get so angry. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Now go sit down.
Okay, Jaden, today, why don't you tell me where you see yourself in about 5 or 10 years?
I don't know. Probably working at like Starbucks or something. Nothing important.
Well, what about something you've always dreamed of doing or becoming?
Wow. I've always dreamed of becoming the first gay prince of Grey Island.
Okay. How about something a little more realistic?
What is this? No, I thought you were here to support me. What?
I am. It's just I think you need a more realistic, achievable goal.
You know what? Screw you. One of these days, you're gonna regret doubting me. What am I gonna do? I know. I will run a campaign to run for mayor. But instead of running for mayor, I'm gonna turn around and be prince. Does that sound realistic? I think yeah. Now, how does one become mayor? I know. I have to show people what I'm for. And I'm for equality for all. And for everyone, no matter who they are, they should be accepted.
Look at you. I'm so proud of you for getting back in touch with reality and going after your dreams again.
Thanks. It's just gonna be hard because I don't know if this town is gonna be accepting.
Ah, it'll be fine. You'll do awesome. You just gotta believe.
I'm trying, but honestly, I don't even know who to believe in.
Well, do you believe that I'm talking to you? Right here? Right now?
Wait, what?
Yeah. Do you?
I am so confused right now.
You will make grief and mental health support more accessible and have less of the stigma. You lost me, and think of me as the little voice on your shoulder.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
No. Thank you.
Good to see you again.
Hello again. I apologize again about what happened at graduation.
Nonsense. Now, what are we waiting for? Everyone, the moment that you have all been waiting for, the crowning of our prince, Sir Jaden Blueberry. Sir Blueberry, if you would. A prince in his natural habitat.
Hello everyone. I am Jaden Blueberry, your prince. Nice to meet you all.
Now, the meet and greet will be starting soon.
Actually, can we not do that today? I've had enough, and I need to process what just happened.
Yes, of course. Apologies, everyone. There will not be a meet and greet today with your prince as scheduled. Instead, it will be rescheduled for a different day. Sorry for the inconvenience.
Jaden! Let me in! Hey, ma'am, what is your relation to our prince?
I'm his mother.
Oh! Come on in. Jaden! Hello? Where are you?
This place is
massive.
What the hell are you doing here? Who let you in here? I should have told them not to let you in.
I didn't come here to cause you pain. I came to apologize. I know how much it must have hurt you when I disowned you all those years ago.
Are you really sorry?
Deeply. Beyond words.
Well, I forgave you a long time ago. But this, you being here, it's all so shocking.
I know. And I understand if you don't ever want to see me again.
I never said that.
Oh, phew! I was just so worried, you know?
No, you're my mom. I love you. I never stopped.
I thought you hated me. I love you so.
Actually, I prefer your majesty.
Oh, of course.
I'm joking. Oh my gosh, of course I'm your son.
Okay.
Question. Would you maybe like to move in with me?
Of course. Well, if you really mean it.
Yeah, definitely. I'll send the guard with you to go get your things. What an awesome journey. And now that I'm here, I couldn't be happier than where I am right now. I repaired a relationship with my mom. I'm changing the world one day at a time. It's just perfect. You know, I'm not gonna go looking for love. I'm gonna let it find me. And if it doesn't, then that's fine, because I love me and who I am, and that's enough. I have my family, my friends, my mom, the people who work for me. They've all become a family. It's been an amazing few years, and I'm so excited to see what the future will hold. If it wasn't for my therapist waking me up and showing me that I needed to prove people wrong, that my dreams were achievable, then I probably wouldn't even be here right now. So thank you. Thank you, everyone. I love and appreciate you all. Prince Jaden Blueberry the First.
So welcome to Stories of the Alphabet Community, or as we call it, SOTAC. My name's Alex, and I'm the Artistic Director of SHADOWPATH, and I did want to take a moment to thank our funders, TD Bank Group and CAMH in partnership with United Way, as well as the Junior League of Toronto. We first experienced the collaborative canvas featuring Nick Campagna, as well as all of our awesome painting collaborators out there, so thank you so much for participating. And then we just saw the Prince of Grey Island, featuring Brady Madsen, Ben Jensen Reed, McKenna Ramsey, Maisa Basada, and Demi Lee Baybridge. And we also have the playwright, Dante Ambo, here with us this afternoon. Say a few words.
Need to find words. Thank you for watching. This wouldn't have been possible without that showbiz, the Tegan and Sarah Foundation for funding 3 plays in 30 days, and my playwriting mentor, Helen McGregor. This was written fully virtually in summer 2020, in the center of the pandemic. I also want to thank Sarah Magny for literally everything. Truly a gift to know you. Showbiz is a special place. Also, thank you to this amazing cast of people. You did amazing. Truly an amazing experience to see my work come to life, live. Thank you, Stories of the Alphabet, for having me and sharing my story. You're precious, loved, and worthy. Thank you.
So we do have Artistic Director Sarah Magny in the house from That Showbiz, and That Showbiz is a huge creative partner on this project because half of the plays come from a program that That Showbiz did during the pandemic, or how long ago was that?
Yeah, it was 2020, I guess it started. And
Yeah.
we ran it throughout the pandemic.
And it was all virtual.
It was all virtual, yeah.
So we're happy to use this as an opportunity to take some of those virtual plays and give them some in-person performance opportunities. So this was a nice thing that hopefully we can keep moving forward with. So if you didn't know, this is an event that is on the move, which means we gotta get up and we gotta get going to the next play that's happening down the road.
Like a show, I said it at a Jewish dinner, so like the fake kind. Please. But regardless, I don't really fit. There was this one time that I did. Have you ever heard of a Moishe House? You have, so you know what it is. Okay, have you ever heard of a Moishe House? You haven't, so you don't know what it is. Okay, so what it is, and you could help me out here, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I understand it is, it's an inclusive and pluralistic space that provides adult programming for Jewish adults, meaningful adult programming. Now it's run by 4 or 5 people, and they usually live there, and they have subsidized housing to run these programs. And they have them all over North America, like LA, Seattle, Washington, several in New York, Chicago, several in Toronto. And they do things like a Shabbos dinner or, you know, festival gatherings. And they also do things as simple as a movie nights or a yoga nights. Now this one that I went to on Oakwood in St. Clair West, really, really unique. Do you hear that sound a little bit? Yeah, I know, me too. Okay, just checking in if I'm, okay. Yeah, it was, ooh, stop. It was really unique. And the reason it was is because, well, first of all, I went twice. One was for Purim, which is a Jewish holiday, kind of like the Jewish version of Halloween. You know it. Okay, and then the second one was, well, anyways, I'll tell you how Purim went. It was great. All the English, the Hebrews were juxtaposed with an English, and all the, it's okay, you can have that on, no problem here, it's cool. we're chill here, yeah. And then people were sitting on the couches, on the tables, wine and beer was free-flowing, my kind of party. Everyone was dressed all sorts of ways. Actually, we ended up at a drag show downtown near the end. I had a great time, yeah. I had such a good time that at the end of the week, I was invited to a Shabbos dinner, and I went, and I brought Sam, my best friend, not Jewish. And actually, they were doing karaoke, I know, very untypical, using computers, and oh my goodness, Sam and I knocked Beyonce's Crazy in Love out of the park. Yeah, we killed it. But, you know, it was so interesting because, you know, Sam felt very welcomed at this event, and I felt that he did. And the more that I spoke with the hosts, the more I realized that they all identified as being gay. Now this was interesting. It was actually the mandate of this particular Moishe house, Jewish and gay. I've never seen that cross before. And, you know, I had never really been allowed to invite friends of mine that aren't Jewish to these sorts of events. And it's not because Jews are exclusive or people who are Jewish are trying to be mean. It's just that these organizations usually get a lot of funding to preserve the Jewish culture, especially amongst secular Jews. That's their target. And it sounds bad, but it's really not. Because, I mean, I grew up with two grandparents who were Holocaust survivors with blue numbers tattooed on their arms. Now, when you grow up in a household where your grandparents were part of a culture that society tried to wipe out, it is no wonder that your parents and grandparents and aunts and friends and uncles will turn their heads when you start to mingle with someone that's not Jewish, especially men. Now, this is because intermarriage in Judaism totally off limits. And I think it's because Jews are really obsessed with this line in the Bible of spilling the seed, aka having babies, Jewish babies, to preserve the Jewish culture. And I'm going to tell you something that I probably shouldn't, or I would never admit to in a million years, so don't try to pass this around, but my brother's gay. And I don't think he'll ever admit it or publicly come out and say it, not that he needs to. But I totally get it, because if you make it to the age of 30 in Judaism and you have not procreated, you have 110% failed as a Jew. And this is why the J swipe. Tinder for Jews. Yes. Yeah. I was on it. I went through an unfortunate time in my life when I was on it. And the settings are conservative, reform, orthodox, secular, or just Jewish, and then kosher, non-kosher. This is like the diet. And my settings, let me think, was conservative, not kosher. Now, the amount, I know, I don't look conservative. Anyways, I wouldn't say that now. But the amount, I hear you, the amount of awkward stories and like dates that I went on because of the J swipe, oh my goodness. This one time I was debriefing with Sam and I actually made wine squirt out of his nose. Yeah, you can't make this shit up, you know? But anyways, I would tell you some, but that's a whole different show. We would go way over time. Oh my goodness. Speaking of time, we've done nothing. Okay, we've got to start with the first ritual. Now, the first ritual is the lighting of the candles. Now, this welcomes the start of the Sabbath, okay? Now, this is a ritual done by the women, usually, and in the dining room, and this is the same time in which men are discussing business, sports, and/or politics in the den and living room. Now, every woman lights one for themselves, one for their partner or spouse, and one for every child in their family. I prefer to join in this ritual from the back end of the dining room, using the excuse that I'm afraid of fire, so I don't want to light the candles. But really, I just want to make sure that this dining room table serves as a barrier between myself and my aunt's comment coming that I can only light one as I am single. Okay, let's do the ritual together. Okay, we're all gonna wave our hands like this, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Baruch Shema, Baruch Shema, Baruch Shema. Yes, we're swimming. Okay, now we're all gonna cover our eyes and I'm gonna say the blessing just because tradition. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al netilat. Oh man, I forgot it. Don't tell anyone. Okay, that's never happened before. Anyways. That's what I was that was the washing the hands. Oh my gosh, okay, maybe you can help me next time. Anyways, do you know it, the candles? Do you know it? Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it again. Redo.
Okay.
Redo.
Wait.
I know we're doing the bread. It's Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehavli ner shel Shabbat. We got it.
To light the candles for Shabbat.
Thank you. Amen. So now we really did it well. Don't tell my parents. All right, so let's keep it rolling. I'm liking this pace because I'm going to get sidetracked again. We'll never get through. Okay, now the second one is the blessing on the wine. The Kiddush, baby. Yeah. Now this is typically done by the grandfather. In my family, Zai, my dad's dad, and the Zai is derived from the Jewish Hebrew Yiddish Zeta, which just means grandfather. Now Zai is missing his right hand, his second finger, and his favorite things to do is to shake hands with you and then accuse you of stealing his finger. Yeah, he's 91. It is impossible to meet this 91-year-old man and not fall madly in love with him. He is a bit hard of hearing, much like my father, and this is why you'll often hear the following phrase tossed around at the Shabbos table. For was schreist du? Translation, why are you screaming? Yeah. So when both my grandfathers were alive, on my mom's side and my dad's side, it was really interesting to watch them battle every week. Who had done the Kiddush last week, and who was going to get to do the honor of the blessing on the wine this week. But now, it's much less of a battle and more of a slow surrender as everyone looks to the ground. Zaya's throat is often out of commission. And hi, Elizabeth, you can come in. Yes, Elizabeth owns this space that she's letting us host in. You can come in. We're lacking some seats. Do you want to sit here, Elizabeth?
Yes.
Yeah, come sit here.
Okay. Hi.
Hi. We're just in doing the blessing on the wine. You come sit right down. Thank you for coming.
Hi.
Elizabeth also bought me these beautiful flowers that I had to put down over there. Okay, so anyways, back to the Kiddush. Let's make it happen, guys. So, I also like to do this a lot. I actually offer to do the Kiddush because it takes so long for a male cousin to offer up the term to do it. So I offer, especially because this will turn a lot of heads at the Kiddush table because it is not typical that a woman will do it. It's not that a woman can't do it, it's just not a natural consideration, and women have done it before if there's any male present whatsoever. And I know it just as well as any male in the room, if not better. Yeah, but once I offer, I have to do it rather quickly because once all eyes are on me, the conversation quickly comes about my dating life or lack thereof. I also like to do it because this will impress the heck out of Zai, who gets a real kick out of watching his grandchildren do anything Jewish related. After I do it, he'll probably say something like, "Oi, Mom, how do you know it?" And if I do it without a prayer book, he'll say something like, "Om Siddur." That means without a prayer book. All right, well, we're going to get this started. So if you want to stand up, you can. If you'd rather sit, that's okay. We're going to grab your grape juice in the air. I need a moment. Let's make sure everyone has grape juice. So is there anybody missing grape juice that needs, do we have an extra cup? Go ahead. You know what, I'm gonna need. Right. Oh, thank you so much. Elizabeth, would you like a little juice? Can you pour for Elizabeth? Does everyone have at this table? We need some grape juice. Get yourself settled. Okay. Oh, thank you so much. This is why I invited you. I'm so glad you're here. Here, Elizabeth, this is for you. No problem at all. Okay, where shall I stand? I'm going to stand here. Okay, good. Let's do it. If you want to stand, stand. If you want to sit, sit. It's cool. Okay. Vayhi arev vayhi boker yom hashishi vayhu hashamayim v'haaretz v'chol tzeva'am vaychal Elohim et yom hashvi'i melachto asher asa וישפט ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה. ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי ויקדש אותו, כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. Everyone raise your glass higher as I say. Savremer number of a tie, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pri hagafen. Amen. We're still going, don't drink yet. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshenu mitzvotav, v'ratzivenu v'shvat kodsho, b'avav ratzon, hinchi lanu, zikaron l'maseh breshit, ki hu yom tefillah l'mikra kodesh zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim. Kivanu v'afarta v'tanu ki darsha mikol hamim. V'shabbat kodshecha v'achavav ratzonim baltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. Amen. L'chaim. Cheers. Now we drink. I'm really liking this pace. We're going to keep it rolling, guys, to ritual 3 and 4 before I forget what's going on. Okay. So ritual 3, and if you want more juice, if there is more juice, go for it. That feels, yeah, it does feel nice. I think it's because it's like hot in here. So can I put this down here?
You want some more?
Great. Okay, good. So we're all settled and sorted. So ritual number 3. Now this is the washing of the hands. I may need your help with this blessing or not. And then ritual 4. The best part, the blessing on the bread. And this guy, yeah, you've seen the bread. This skyrockets the whole meal into action, okay? So ritual 3, what you do is you take a jug in the kitchen and you pour it over your hand 3 times and you flip palms like so. 1, 2, 3, and transfer hands, 1, 2, 3. Then you ditch the jug over by the sink for the next person in line. Go ahead, take the designated hand towel and dry your hands as you say the following prayer. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al netilat yadayim. Amen. Yeah, thank you. And so now you can speak in between ritual 3 and 4. That's the motzi, the blessing on the bread. Okay, great. So you sat in a great spot. You're so lucky. All right, I'm just gonna stand here. Is that okay? Here we go. Baruch atah Adonai. Yeah, we might need a second, so get ready, PK. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav. Oh, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. And now we eat. Go ahead. Let's pass this around. So maybe we'll get that at that table back there, just to move things along. If you don't mind, grab a piece. This twist style, right? What's going on here? Great. So that. Now it's not gluten-free, but I do know that the cafe has some vegan desserts or maybe gluten-free. So if there's something that would be better for your diet there, you can go ahead and buy something whenever you like. I'm gonna steal a piece. Please take one, pass it on. We've got some tongs. If you feel better with tongs, go ahead. You take one, pass it on. And don't be shy. Please pass it along. Maybe we can actually get someone to take it up and pass. Thank you. We needed you. Thank you so much. Oh, good. It's really good. So make sure you get it if you want. Would you like some, Elizabeth? You want to try some? A little one. Will you excuse my fingers? Okay. Thank you so much. There's a plate for you, Elizabeth. Oh. Okay. Yeah, you can take the plate. Do you? Yeah. Right. Make sure everyone gets that one. This is from Hermes Bakery in Toronto. It's really good. Does anyone want some bread back there? Yeah, you can have cake. It's fine. Okay. All right. Is everyone getting settled with the bread? We're all okay? Thank you. Correct. Thank you. And you can take seconds. I think there should be plenty for everyone. Now, I'm just gonna let you know. I'm gonna finish this first though. It usually takes up to, great, thank you so much for doing that. That's why I invited you. I didn't even know.
You can't get with a Jewish mother.
I know.
We cannot serve food.
Yes, exactly. So anyways, it usually takes about 2 minutes after all the rituals before a dating comment is thrown my way or at my brother's. You know, and my brother and I don't have a lot in common, but I feel this like closeness to him. because there's this thing that we share. And you know, I realized something, that this whole being single is not really a problem isolated to the Jewish culture, because the more I go out and gallivant in society, the more I realize that so many people are curious about my relationship status. Actually, right? Yeah. I can't remember the last time I took an Uber and I didn't get questioned about my dating life. Yeah. And I usually end up getting chastised for not having a family of my own if it gets there, the conversation. And actually, this one Uber driver in Ottawa told me that I'd probably die alone. He's probably right. Yeah.
You didn't tip him, right?
No.
No, sir.
And you know, Sam's sister, my best friend, she was very curious about my dating life, and she often would say comments to him like, I don't understand why Karina doesn't have a boyfriend, yet again, when something happens to her, she just calls you. I often wonder what Sam thought about this more than his sister. Anyways, thank you, Craig. Thank you, sir. Thank you. We have really gotten through the appetizers now, just to bring you up to speed. I took more. You always want to, just the cleanse, okay? We've done the challah, of course. We've done coleslaw. We've done every salad imaginable. We've done dips of all kinds. Maybe meatballs, maybe some potato knish. And we're just about to move on to the soup. Well, I love the soup. This is my favorite part, and I volunteer for this. And this is because I really like to stretch my legs, but also because you can't be afraid to go in and interrupt people's conversations. Like, I'm serious, you really gotta get in there to take orders. Like, you gotta go right in. You can't be afraid. Okay, this is what we have. We have matzo balls, we have lakshin, that's a type of noodle, we have farfel, that's another type of noodle, we have parsnips, we have carrots, we have celery, we also have knedlach, that's like a matzo ball, I don't know how to describe it. We also have kreplach, which is like, you know, that wonton with kosher meat inside. And anything else?
Like flaky?
Yes. Yeah, they're flaky. Yes, you're right. I think we got it. You have to remember, because you can't write it down.
Do you remember the latkes?
Oh, no, I didn't remember the latkes. Okay. We don't normally put the latkes in the soup, but if we did, that would be a really interesting soup, Elizabeth. That's a good idea. Latke soup. Anyways, now, because there are servers, and because there are people sitting on their arses in the dining room, there are two different points of conversation going on at any given moment. There's that in the dining room, and then there's all that racket and conversation in the kitchen. Okay? Now this is a frequent one between myself and my aunts behind the scenes. So my aunt would sort of, okay, so my I just thought we were waiting, but we're not. Okay, good. So this would be a typical one. So, did any of the men call you? You know what I'm talking about. And I would just say something like, what? And then she'd go back at me and say, you know, you said you went to Shabbos dinner last week. Did any of the men call you? And then I'd say no, and for two reasons. One, because they don't have my number. And two, because I left early to walk one of my girlfriends home. So she would reply with something like, next time, stay later. Have one of the men walk you home. Now, I just wonder, for this late night walk home with some strange man, should I bring the pepper spray that my mother gave me? Or is it okay because I'll be walking home with some strange Jew? Okay, I say, knowing it will be when I debrief this with Sam later on, watching office reruns and drinking red wine and having popcorn, and I deliver the last bowl of soup to its rightful owner. Now this one has the works, all of the good stuff. You're welcome. You're welcome. I learned really early on in childhood, like most people, never to talk to strangers, unless, of course, they're Jewish. Then it's okay. I also learned about the Holocaust way too young. My grandfather, Zai, told me he was missing his right finger, his second finger, because bears chased him up a tree. I later learned that he was in a lineup of 10 men to be shot. When the 9th man was shot, he fell down, covered himself up with blood, and played dead. I think this is why on all of Zai's birthdays, he always said something like, how it's happened, how I'm here. My father father always tells me this story of a kippah wearing phase. That's that circular hat that a lot of men wear to keep themselves closer to God. And he went through a phase when he was 15 in Montreal, and he got off the bus and 4 people beat him up. So that was the end of that. You know, 6 million people died in World War II because they were Jewish. That's a lot of fucking people. Another 5 million died because they were gay, black, queer, disabilities. So that's 11 million people. That's a lot of fucking people. It's kind of hard to understand. Now, the closest I ever came to understanding this when I was shopping at the No Frills in Toronto on Marley and Dufferin and Eglinton, I think it was. And I was shopping and I was in the cheese section and I was trying to determine which package of cheese was cheaper. When I figured it out, I put one down and I went on my merry way to the cracker aisle, and then I felt this energy on my left side. And so naturally, I turned around to see what it was all about. There was this guy standing there with dreads and baggy pants, and he asked me what was wrong with the package of cheese I just threw down. So I quickly explained, oh, nothing, it's just this one's cheaper. And then he asked me, well, how much cheaper? And then, you know, I said, I started to think about it, and then he said, are you Jewish? And I said, yeah, why? And he said, oh, because you think with your... And it was at that moment that this lady who had been witnessing our whole conversation slowly started backing away silently. I will never forget that sly, slow walk back. And I started walking towards the other aisles, and he yelled after me, I like your frizzy hair too. And I was kind of in a daze, and I got that feeling, you know, where your throat leaps into your chest, and I didn't really know why I was there, and there were all these colors spinning around me, and I had that underwater feeling like the whole world is moving around you, and you're just standing still. And I couldn't breathe, and I couldn't get a grip until I got out of the store. And when I got out of the store, I told Sam, and he just helped me. Course number 3, buffet. Now this is every man for themselves. I want to finish the other part first. Now, all food up for grabs would be, I don't know, turkey, matzo balls, ooh, that coffee looks good. Turkey, matzo balls, yeah, it's hot. Well, anyways, pretty much food that's all one color, okay? Yeah, I do understand this idea of how Jews should only date Jews. I don't get it. I don't like it, but I mean, I do get where it comes from. You know, but I find it so much more fun to just meet people, like naturally, you know, when it's not so forced. I mean, think about it, how do you meet people these days? And not just, you know, partners or boyfriends or significant others. Like, how do you meet communities of people that you connect with, right? Think about it, like employers or all those things. Why did I feel such a connection to the Moishe house when I went? Not to other things. Or why do I have such a particular affinity for a burlesque group of dancers in downtown Toronto? Oh, it's funny because look at me like, can you ever picture me dancing provocatively in front of a room full of people? But you know, these group of women and every gender imaginable, just, you know, I would just look at them on the corner of Queen East and Sherbourne, and it was like being wrapped in a warm hug. They just got me, you know, and I got them. I close your eyes for a second and just think about, you know, a place where you just fit, or you could be 110% yourself. And who's around you? Okay, good, open your eyes. I think it's much less about being gay, about being Jewish, or being burlesque, or anything else, and I think it's just about finding a spot or a space where you can 110% be yourself, you know? I mean, for me, the people and the places that I feel the best connections to are they just happen by accident. Happy accidents. I do not recommend the happy accident of falling in love with your gay best friend. doesn't end well ever. Talking about Sam. You know, it started out as a friendship and then quickly grew into the closest emotional connection I've ever had with anyone outside my family. I can't really explain it. Like 4.5 years worth of I can't explain, but this friendship just chose us the moment we met. He was the one who would randomly tap dance out of nowhere. He was the one who would sneak up behind every bathroom door to scare me just for the hell of it. He was the one who would make a deadly sangria recipe. He was the one who built my IKEA dresser. He was the one who rounded gas up to the nearest dollar. He was the one that said anywheres instead of anywhere. He was the one that got mad when people mistook St. John for St. John. He was the one who would call me on my shit, the one who made me feel stupid, like really stupid, the one who used my Netflix account and refused to get his own. He was also the one who would just judge people too much, and he thought I judged people way too much. He was the one who would leave empty cream cheese containers all over our apartment and our fridge. He was the one person in the world I could look across the room in a room full of people, and I knew exactly what he was thinking, and he knew exactly what I was thinking. That blunt asshole. I loved him. We broke up in October, 6 years ago. And I don't know, can you break up with a friend? He left me for a man twice my age and a lavish condo downtown. I got left with a basement, 1-year lease, and an empty bookshelf. He even took the dishwashing detergent and the wine. And as much as it sucked being crumpled up on a ball of my basement floor, holding my stomach with a half-drank glass of whiskey on my kitchen counter, for the first time in my life, I felt really normal. I had a space from here to here, and a hole in my heart. Sam, I don't miss at all. I don't even know who he is anymore. I don't think he knows who I am either. Do I want to meet someone? Have that, connection like I had with Sam? I used to think 4 years ago when I would host something like this, yeah, definitely. But so many things have been said to me over the past 12 years that I don't know where to start, so I'm just going to begin. Are you a lesbian? I don't understand what's wrong with you people. You're a porn star, right? I don't understand. Does he have to be artsy? Are you a lesbian? Who are you? How's your new apartment? You need anything? Maybe a husband. Are you a lesbian? Who are you? I told all my friends you're a porn star. Are you saving yourself for someone? Are you a lesbian? Who are you? I don't know. People have said so many things to me and have assumed so many things about me that the idea of being with someone else really, really hard. And a lot of my close friends just say you haven't met the right person or you have an intimacy block, but you know what I say? I say that the void that I have inside of me cannot be filled by another human being. Can I read some of these? Did any of you fill them out? Yeah? Just because I need a break, really. What's your name? Dante. Dante, we did your play before. Okay, Dante, name one word that your closest friends or family would use to describe you. Survivor. That's a pretty good word. What about yours? Let's see. What's your name? Steph? I should have told everyone to write their names on the front, but I didn't, so that's okay. Name one word that your closest friends would use to describe you. Kind. Does that say kind? No, what is it? Oh, love. That sounds nice. I'm just going to read a few more. Elizabeth, you're my favorite person. Thank you. Let's read one more. Name one word that your closest friend, I don't need to read, you all know what the thing is. Unconventional. Cool. I think if my friends and family would describe me, they would probably say kind or generous or really, really fun. So, I guess I'm a good person too. I think you're all really good people. All right, well, I think we have another show to catch, and they're probably worried about our time, and I still have, it says 5 to 4 from yesterday for me, so that's not, what's the time?
25 after.
Okay, that's almost perfect timing. Okay, so everybody, if there's anything you want at the cafe, please feel free to get something on your way out. Grab your stuff. We have some of our staff staying to clean up, so don't worry about it. Shabbat Shalom, which means have a good Shabbos. And let's, whoever wants to come to the parking lot show, which is next, you follow me, and we're gonna have a couple people stay back and clean up. So thank you, everyone. And grab
Thank you.
Thank you for giving up your seat.
Oh, no problem. I've seen this a million times, and it's better for, yeah. I'm glad you got to enjoy it, though.
Especially the thing it's early doesn't make a difference. It's starts run and it ends run. Glamorous like curly hair.
No, I can't like happy.
Pardon?
Don't ever tell the people brush your hair.
No. They can tell me brush your hair. Then it goes up like this. No. You're not supposed to. You're just let it be.
Like they all astronauts. They all know which one is What?
I was like, what? Nobody can tell.
No, I'm just saying they all have to hear each other and the
proper response. I always have.
Except
and then like walk around. You're like not back here.
You're like the thing that everyone wants.
You know when it rains and then there's also sunshine, and you know what that creates?
A rainbow.
Let's keep our eyes peeled.
They could stop.
Why did you? What's wrong? You gave me Oh, great. I'm not. I'm saying that.
Mason, you have a...
Well, cheers.
Two old friends.
Are we friends?
What? Sure we are. Don't remember?
I don't mean in high school, I mean now.
Well, it doesn't just go away.
We haven't talked since you left.
Being an adult is weird. I feel like most of my friends are out of convenience now anyway.
I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying, after a decade of not talking, we're probably not friends anymore. Besides, all we ever did was get fucked up and whine about being in the club.
What does it real friends do then?
Call each other?
I can do that.
I can do that too.
Oh, good. Then we can get fucked up and talk about real things. Adult things.
Mortgages?
Health insurance.
Babies?
That's boost. Why don't we light a fire?
Fire?
Yeah, didn't you used to be good at fires?
I can light a fire. you have any,
Okay?
wood? Do you have any wood?
My trunk.
I get it. Wood in your trunk.
Get what?
You know, wood in your trunk. Like,
Like dicks?
yeah. Is that not what you meant to say?
No, I meant the interior compartment of my vehicle is a handy place for storing building materials for a fire.
Right.
I don't think about dicks enough to get the jokes I get.
Can't say the same.
How is that whole thing going?
What whole thing?
Dating.
It's not.
Not at all?
And a little, you know, stops and starts. One foot forward, 2 feet back, other cliches. Plus, with mom, it's not really a good time. But you're
What?
married, aren't you?
How do you know that?
I saw on Facebook.
What?
So you are married?
Yeah,
Why did I know about this?
very light.
Okay, how long?
4 years.
4 years is a long time.
Is it? Doesn't feel like it.
Okay. You know, I don't think anybody here knows about you and
Well, my
Lucy.
parents know.
What about your friends?
What friends?
Me.
Oh, you were busy and didn't talk to me. It's not a big deal.
It's kind of a big deal. You're married.
You keep saying that like I won the Nobel fucking prize. It is not a big deal.
It's kind of a big deal. Well, fuck, Jude. What else don't I know about you? You got kids?
Not really.
What does that mean?
We were going to.
Okay, what happened? Oh. Is it okay? What
She was
happened?
dead when they took her out of AC.
Oh. I'm sorry. It's terrible. I'm so sorry.
I don't know if I really want to talk about it. You think I'm a shitty person.
I won't think you're a shitty person.
That's really sweet, but you are. It happened yesterday. I watched them take her out. I turned around. I didn't wait for her to wake up. I didn't take my cell phone because I guess I'm a massive selfish bitch.
That's not true, Jude.
It is true. You see people dive off cliffs for their loved ones and jump in front of a car to save their kids. I can't even wait 30 minutes for my wife to wake up and they pulled a dead baby out of her.
Hey, it's your baby too.
Don't. It's not a big deal.
You okay?
I said it's not a big deal.
So wait, you came to see me because your baby died.
Yeah?
Not because you wanted to see me.
I wanted to see you because of what happened.
Why?
I don't know. I just remember coming out here as kids and I was happy then. Really happy.
You came to see me because you wanted to get fucked up?
No! Well, I mean, yeah. But, okay, you're like the last person I feel like safe around. Okay, no, that sounds dumb, but I could be as shitty or as disappointed or whatever the fuck, and you wouldn't make me feel bad about it. Because we're kind of the same, right?
Thank you.
I love Lucy. It's so hard to relax around her because she wants me to be so much better, which is optimal or whatever the fuck, right? You know, it's fine, but whenever I'm better, Judith, it kind of feels like I'm leaving part of myself behind. Which would be fine, you know, if I was happy, but you know, with everything that's happened, I don't know if there's any point. Because better Judith isn't any happier than regular Judith, so you know, I might as well come to the desert and waste my fucking life doing drugs, right?
Oh, you think I'm wasting my life?
No, I didn't say that. You get it, right? You get me. We don't have to pretend to hurt each other.
Sure. Leaving your wife alone was a shitty thing to do.
I know that. Didn't I say that? I know.
So I'm not... Just because I understand it doesn't mean
I
I
know.
think... I'm not a bad person. Okay, really? Because I'm kind of feeling like you came to see me because you knew I would condone your bad behavior. But because I also behaved badly? It's really important that you remember everything I've been through today, and then that you tell me you didn't come to see me because you secretly think I'm shitty and I condone shitty behavior.
It's not why I drove to see you.
when someone does something that it seems like they feel pretty bad about, I'm not gonna go out of my way to make them feel worse about it. I don't think that's fair, that's all.
I know.
Is that maybe why you came to see me? Maybe because I'm pretty open-minded and forgiving? And not because you secretly think I'm shitty and I condone shitty behavior?
Yeah.
Could you say that then?
Would it make you feel better if I said it?
Yes!
Alright, I drove to see you because I know you're a nice guy who would make me feel worse. I did something shitty and you did. I'm so proud about it.
That's good to hear. Thank you.
How are you feeling?
No better now you said I'm not a shitty person.
No, I mean, do you want another beer?
I'm kind of pumped up.
Yeah?
Yeah, I can almost confidently say that I'm drunk and not tipsy.
That was fast.
I know, it's the Jack. I always get drunker riding a whiskey hangover.
That was a lot of whiskey, too.
What the fuck did I pick Jack to go out on? I hate that shit.
It's probably pretty effective. When it's effective.
Still, it's like my last drink. Why not pick something fun?
What, like Cosmos?
yeah. Death by Cosmos sounds like a good idea. Oh, a nice Pinot Gris.
I'm just picturing you barfing up the Cosmos. Not my favorite thing in the world. I wish you hadn't come.
I don't know. You know, at the time I thought I didn't, but now I'm not really sure either way. Give me another beer, and then I'll probably be able to tell you. So, if you try to have a baby the modern way, let's call it, and it doesn't work, you still gotta pay for it?
Yep.
Shit, that doesn't work. I thought the straights would be happy we're trying to procreate.
So?
You know, aren't they worried we're gonna make the species die out?
I don't think the straights want us procreating.
It's not fair for them, it's so easy.
Everything's easy for them.
It's so easy for them to do it by accident. That must be wild, knowing that every time you fuck, you can accidentally create life. Oops, we had an accident. Now there's a whole unique life force making its mark on the universe. Never by Trojan, am I right? It must be heavy on their souls.
Yeah, I'm so sure fucking Eugene and Colleen Johnson and their 4 healthy babies and their heavy souls are really torn up about it.
Maybe they are, you don't know. It seems like a lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
You know, we're lucky if you think about it. That could have been us.
You and me?
Yeah, if we weren't queer, probably.
Oh,
Isn't that crazy? You know,
sure the streets have all the fun.
I know, right? I think hospitals should inseminate you out in nature. Just like God intended. Doesn't that sound like more fun?
Listen, you don't need to be straight to make a person.
Are you? You're not.
I'm just saying we could.
You are.
We have all the stuff.
That would be wild. A baby that I helped make.
So wild.
No, I've never made anything before, nothing important.
Dude, can you imagine what people would say if we showed up and said, we made a baby in the desert? They would lose their minds.
You know, my mom always wanted a grandbaby.
What would we even call a desert baby?
Cactus. No? Canyon?
Echo!
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 Echo! That's beautiful.
I just thought of it.
A little baby girl named Echo that I helped make.
Or a boy.
Right? So.
Okay. Only if you want to.
I think I kind of want.
I kind of want to too.
Okay, we could.
We could.
Okay, so how would we? What's the best way to start?
How do you normally start?
Kissing, I guess.
All right, well, come over here and let me kiss you.
What's wrong? Am I doing something wrong?
No.
No. Why were you laughing?
I just had a thought.
What was the thought?
Oh, it's mean. Never mind.
Tell me. Hey, please tell me.
It's really mean.
I don't care. I'm fucked up, so my self-esteem is through the roof right now.
Okay. We were kissing and I had a thought. Do all boys taste as much like puke?
Fuck off. It's your fault. You're the one who made me puke.
Oh, I'm so sorry I made you puke up a bottle of pills.
You don't exactly taste amazing either. You taste like cigarettes and booze.
That would be all the cigarettes and booze I've had tonight.
I'm happy you made me throw up the pills.
Are you happy?
Right now, I'm happy.
Good.
You know, I didn't think I'd ever be happy again. I'm glad I lived to be happy again.
I'm so glad you're happy. You know, I was a little worried actually that maybe you'd be angry that I stopped you. It's a little rough, you know, trying to think fast and do the right thing, you know. I'm so glad that you're okay.
Oh, okay. I think I'm gonna be sick.
Okay.
I would like some water.
Okay.
Look, I'll be okay.
Good. How do you feel about doing a little acid?
What?
Well, I find myself craving a little acid right now, don't you?
I'm kind of fucked up right now.
Sorry, I can't concentrate. I'm so. What's that word when you're thirsty but instead of water you want acid?
I don't think there is such a word.
Well, I'm so at that right now. There you go.
No, thank you.
What, sure?
Yes.
Even for old times?
I'm pretty good right now.
Oh, you could be even better.
You know that's not how it works.
Do I?
I don't think you should take that. If something were to happen,
Nothing's gonna happen.
we're so far away, I can't drive you anywhere.
What are you, your mother? Nothing's gonna happen. Wow. Really makes you think, doesn't it?
Oh, sure does.
Don't you feel small?
So small.
Tiny, insignificant speck amongst incalculable vastness. It's kind of unsettling.
What?
But kind of comforting, right?
Sure. Has it hit you yet?
Starting to. Getting that feeling, you know. The feeling in your like lower stomach or pelvis, and you're like, what? Am I turned on? Am I nervous? Or does my pelvis just hurt? It's kind of annoying, right? Like, oh, I'd be having such a good time right now if it weren't for this feeling. I've tried jerking off. It doesn't make the feeling go away. Maybe it's the universe telling me to do some more yoga or something.
These stars sure are beautiful, eh? My mom and I, when we were kids, we used to go stargazing. I basically only know like 4 constellations, but that's really all you need to impress people on dates. You ever think about what would happen if one of the stars in the constellation dies? We wouldn't know for years. Like, imagine Orion up there, missing his head or something for years, and that could have been me in my apartment, missing my head or just dead. I don't really know how killing yourself with an oven works. Does it explode? And Dad wouldn't find out. He's so preoccupied with Mom lately, and he'd probably call and I wouldn't pick up, and he'd think, oh, you know, typical Adam, typical fuck up Adam, getting stoned instead of facing the world. I can't be bothered to deal with that, and that's understandable. I put him through a lot. My mom's never gonna know me as anything other than a disappointment. And I know she's not the only person out there, she's not the only person to live for, but like, it all feels just like a little bit pointless if the first person you existed for dies thinking you're a useless fucker. Right? Judith! Jude!
That seems weird. Most books take you out of yourself, alter your feelings, and you forget what a monster you are. Oh no, but acid grabs you by the back of the neck and shoves you right into what you were trying to forget about, which is usually what a shitty monster you are.
Oh, wasn't you then? Okay. I thought I heard my name.
Woman in blue and mouth is swathed in white. She looks at me. Big, round eyes. Her clothes are smeared in a mucky reddish brown. She looks at me with big brown eyes and she holds that thing out to me. She says, "Would you like to hold her?" I look at her and I look at the thing. Its forehead streaks in snow. Little lines between its eyes like Lucy gets when she's thinking too hard. And I look at my daughter and I tell her, "Fuck off!" I turn around and get in my car and I can't stop driving till I hit the door of Adam's building. Oh, I'm so angry at the kid. What kind of idiot gets a cord stuck around their neck? We've only been living with it for 9 months. You couldn't take 1 second to check it's in the where it's supposed to be. I can't have one job. Just live long enough to be Lucy's baby. Just lie there in her arms and breathe and finally make Lucy a mom. I couldn't even do that. Adam's door's in my way. Fuck this fucking door! Where is he? Ugh. The door's splintering under my foot. It's breaking and twisting and bursting open. I'm so angry at the years. I'm trying to be better, trying to be happy, and the fights and the screw-ups and the stupid baby thing eating up our money and not working and not working. Not working. And I finally think everything's gonna be good, and the universe says, "No, fuck you, Judith, I sleep. Fuck you, Judith, for trying to be better! It's not fair! It's not fair!" I crawl through the hole I've made in Adam's door, wood digging in my arms, push, 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 and I'm through. Adam! He's on the floor. Oh, no. Adam, he's in my arms. Oh, I push my fingers in his mouth and he jerks it. Thick brown slime runs over my hand over and over, and then his soggy slap of pills, too many pills. He gasps like I pulled a demon out of him, but his eyes aren't opening. Adam! Adam! Fuck, buddy, please don't die. I didn't want to cut you out of my life. I promise I wasn't ignoring you on purpose. I was trying to be better. It's so hard to be better around you. You just remind me so much of who I was and all of our big scary thoughts on drugs and adrenaline and hope. It's not sustainable in the real world. In the real world, it cuts you off at the knees and makes you level. Drugs are unhealthy. These scary thoughts are unrealistic. It doesn't matter how many times you get fucked up and have deep conversations because you're always back where you were. You can't do that anymore. But I never wanted it. I need to know you're okay, that we're bad for each other, but we're good on our own. You're better without me too. Adam? Adam, please don't die! Please don't die! Adam?
There you are!
You're alive?
Yeah!
Did I save you?
Sort of.
I need to take you to a hospital.
Okay, in the morning, we can take each other.
I hate hospitals.
Okay.
But we need to be better. We both need to be better.
Yeah, I know.
Tell her I don't hate her. It's not her fault.
Okay.
I feel so guilty. Do you feel guilty? Why do I feel so guilty?
I constantly feel guilty. Look at the sky. The sky's beautiful.
The sky? Full of swirling gills.
Okay, close your eyes.
Oh no, it makes it worse.
Got that. What is it about closing your eyes on acid that's so horrible? What is so bad about the inside of your own head?
Is that a joke?
You're kind of mean right now.
I'm kind of mean all of the time.
Maybe that's why you feel guilty. Oh, come on, what's wrong? What's wrong?
I don't know.
Come here.
Can you talk?
Talk?
The vibrations are nice.
Okay. What should I talk about?
I wanted to ask about this morning. If it's not too soon.
It's not too soon.
I didn't ask.
It's okay. I'm kind of fucked up. I'm kind of happy. It's not too soon.
Do you remember anything before I made you puke, before going?
Or dying? A little bit. Starting to come back.
What was it like?
Dark.
Dark?
Quiet.
If it's nothing, you could just say.
It's not nothing. It's like sliding into deep water. Or like the drive out into the desert. You know, everything's normal, and then the street lights start to get farther and farther apart, and the cars sort of thin out, until pretty soon you're the only one on the road, and all around you is this sort of pulsing, empty nothing. But not nothing, because like all around you is stuff existing. Listen, you can hear it. Shit you can't see, shit you can't hear, but it's all around you, existing, apart from you, but with you at the same time.
Like a womb?
Yeah. You know, I don't remember my mom's womb, but it would be nice if it was the same.
Symmetrical.
Cosmic.
It's a shame babies don't remember anything.
I don't think that's true. You know, conscious brains forget things, yeah, but baby brains catch the important stuff.
The important stuff?
Warmth, safety, people's voices, love. Like a non-alcoholic beer.
We ain't gonna drink them.
Yes. All right. So, we will now go to Cache Supper Club, just across the street. So, if you'd like to, please follow me.
On stage right, there's a sign hanging that says, Stingray section this way. A janitor sweeps the stage behind the plexiglass. Opus, Stumpy, and Opie all sleep on or near the iceberg. As the audience trickles in, so does the flow of visitors. Visitors walk around the glass to try and see the penguins. The intercom crackles.
Now is the penguins' feeding time. Come to the penguin exhibit to see our penguins eating their favorite snacks.
The cast rushes in, all pushing and shoving to see the penguins. Opus, Stumpy, and Opie wake up. The penguins start bustling around.
Dad, do they have the anchovies? I love the anchovies.
Opie, all you do is eat anchovies. Today you're gonna have some sardines, okay, buddy?
Okay, Dad. Sardines are my second favorites.
You know what they say, a cod a day
keeps the sea lions away.
So I better see you eating some cod or else. The sea lions will get ya.
He plays the tickle monster in the penguin sense. Opie giggles and nods his head. Opus pulls Stumpy to the side.
I don't know if we should be scaring him like that. I don't want him getting cocky about predators. You never know. They could break out from their section. The humans could decide to torture us. There's so many things.
Don't worry, love. I'll protect you from all the predators of the sea. Or at least the kids who bang on the glass during their field trips to the aquarium.
Opus giggles and Stumpy kisses him on the cheek.
Oh, that reminds me. We need to make sure we get the spot behind the iceberg. I hate it when the humans watch us eat. If I want to have any of my silverfish in privacy, then I should get to.
Okay, darling. I'll make sure every penguin in here knows that that spot is ours.
Stumpy goes off, telling other penguins that they will be eating it. Fish is thrown onto the stage, and all three go to grab their fish.
You have your cod?
Opie nods and holds the fish in front of their dad.
Good. You can have extra anchovies today.
Opie squeals in delight and starts eating the cod in anticipation. Mid-eating, they hear shrieks. Ah!
That's a great shriek.
What's that, Dad?
I'm not sure, honey.
The scene changes. Now penguins are behind plexiglass and humans are in front.
They kissed! They kissed! They're gonna turn my kids gay!
She blocks her kids with her body. The husband starts filming.
Sorry, ma'am. What is it your business if we kissed or not? I saw you and your husband making out in the shark area earlier. Any comment?
It's fine if we kiss. At least we are spreading the right idea. You two are being unnatural. We are showing what it's like to love. You, on the other hand, are being sinful. You two are boys. I don't want my kids getting into your sick mindset.
Everyone else murmurs in disgust and confusion. Frank rolls his eyes in disgust, about to reply, when Sammy suddenly speaks.
Are you sure?
Frank starts to protest, but stops, and Sammy stares at the penguin exhibit.
Are you sure?
Sammy nods his head, and the two head off in defeat.
That's right. Keep yourselves in the closet.
More shared gasps. Sammy turns around and glares at her. He suddenly catches sight of two penguins he had previously been eyeing, those being Opus, Stumpy, and Opie.
Sir, those two penguins behind the iceberg, both male, right?
Yes, they are male. Usually hang around there.
Sammy ponders for a moment.
I saw a smaller penguin, a child there as well. It's sticking with them, isn't it? Because those two penguins are gay. That is their kid.
Gasps, murmurs.
Sure are. They've been raising that chick for quite some time now. 3 months, I believe.
Realization washes over Frank and Karen's face.
So that means we aren't being unnatural at all. Homophobia is unnatural. Homosexuality isn't.
Karen flusters in anger and with sheer confusion.
They're There must be some mistake. Penguins can't be gay. That's not how it works.
Her and her family are escorted out of the aquarium.
God, that was amazing.
Since when did you pay such close attention to penguins?
Oh, I loved them as a kid, and my dad was a marine biologist, so if you put two and two together...
Both laugh. Sam sighs.
I wish we were penguins. We could be together, raise a kid. We wouldn't have to worry about all this stuff in the human world like homophobia and right being taken away. It would be so much simpler.
Sam pauses.
You know, we wouldn't have had to come out. None of that weird tension would have happened. We wouldn't have to face stereotypes or fit to people's norms.
Frank holds Sam's hand.
Don't worry, I'd love you with or without feathers.
Frank kisses Sam on the cheek. They both laugh and walk over to the stingray section.
Okay, thank you so much, everybody. That was great. We do have the playwright in the room with us, Apollo Sorega. I did want to ask a few questions about why you created this play.
Yeah, sure.
Could you tell us?
Oh! I thought like that was the opening question, and then there's more questions. Well, I was in this program in like grade 7, I want to say. Like the pandemic had just started, or yeah, and that's when I joined. And at the time, there was this thing going around. Well, it's actually been going around for a while about these two penguins, and in an aquarium somewhere, probably not necessarily in that direction, but not here, not in this country, but probably, I don't think it was on, I think it was like Norway or something. Germany. And was it Germany? Okay, Germany. Gay penguins, and it was very cute. And they actually made a kids book on it, and I thought that was super cool at the time. And when I joined, I was like, yeah, whoa, that's so cool. Why don't we write a play about something related to that? And yeah.
Cool. So it's actually based on a real story.
Yeah, it's based on like those two being together.
That's awesome. And what else are you working on creatively or theatrically or artistically right now?
Well, I'm a music major in school, so I'm working on a song that's a tribute. So we got a visual arts major's artwork. I mean, to make a song about it. And my visual art major drew their dead dog's collar. So I'm making a tribute song to their dog.
Nice.
Which, and I'm also writing like their book with some other people right now. It's like this sci-fi book thing.
Well done. Well, thank you so much for sharing this work with SOTAC. We love the script. We thought it was really cute. And thank you, everybody, for playing a part to make this event happen. I think what Mina says about us all working together is sort of reflective on how we program this event, where you contribute and we all do it together. So thank you very much for joining us this evening. To Nick and Brandon, our youth apprentices, to say just a few final words.
Yes, we thank you all for being here, of course. This is our first SOTAC, but definitely not our last.
Not our last.
No, not at all. Just like to thank our actors, playwrights, artists, and
oh yeah, I do, but I'm going to use my phone because I did not memorize what I was supposed to. There you go. We'd also wanted to thank our I should have remembered it, or memorized it. We want to thank our venue partners, Cache Supper Club, St. Andrew's Church, Cardinal Espresso Bar, and Newmarket Library. So we're going to stick around and drink and eat, I guess. Yeah. So everybody here is welcome to hang around with us and, drink, chat, mingle. Thank you all for coming.
Pass it back to me.
I'm going to pass it back to Alex.
Awesome. Also just wanted to say that I wanted to ask Bob, who played Frank, because he is the Ward 5 counselor and we're in his neighborhood. Causing some theatrical ruckus. So I just want to say thank you for being here and participating and also playing a role, like literally playing a role.
Thanks for catching me on that one. I was not expecting it.
You know what, Bob? I think that there's a future in here. That was very
politics
well
don't work out.
Yeah, that's very well played. And we still have some merchandise left, so if you want a tee, you didn't get a tee, you want a second tee, you want to switch your size of tee, then just come over to the merchandise station and we'll be here. And please stick around and chat with us and have a great evening. Thank
Communicating with their eyes. I don't know.
My house perpetually has perfect. We have